Hello, this is Warhead 1985 speaking in today's 10th day of the 12 Days of War. I should be discussing the G.I. Joe 20th anniversary Duke versus Red Star. And this was, of course, a comic book 2-pack. You can see right here. It was released, of course, way back when. I believe it was like around 2008, 2009-ish. Just fix up my camera here. It came with, of course, Duke in this green shirt type of attire, and good old Red Star. Now this is supposed to depict this issue, which came with the comic book, the 2-pack itself. Issue number 6 of the little like G.I. Joe comic 2-pack series. Basically, the entire story is all about both G.I. Joe and October Guard racing towards a train that I believe contains like a nuke, I believe? I can't remember. But yeah, I'm trying to focus on here. But yeah, it's quite large. Just focus back on. Yeah, it's just an issue of October Guard and G.I. Joe just facing on each other and bickering over who's a better country or people, whatever. Because yeah, the Cold War was a thing, if you don't know, and we almost died several times during that war. The 80s were so weird. But yeah, it's a nice little comic book. There's a little fun reference to the known is half the battle, but it's actually little advertisements for the G.I. Joe action figures, which also it is for Devils too as well. You also have like advertisements for some of the other like figures and stuff, like here with the Snake Eyes, and if I can find the other one, where is it? Here it is, for like Star Wars. During like the 30th anniversary series, which was I remember those days. Those were good days. And I think that's it, because I think there's no other one with like little 20th anniversary ads, whereas like all the vehicles and stuff, because things like in other comics. Yeah, and this part of the comic is just pretty much as your explanation of the story, what's going on, and of course states that it's pretty much written by Larry Hama and pretty much return of Larry Hama after his short but technical will deserve a short retirement, because they deserve like a smaller break from both original run and Devil's Due and it much more. Let's put him back on base because we're talking about that problem later. First talking about good old Duke. And Duke is interesting because he's another one of those figures that reuses a bunch of stuff. Because 20th anniversary was kind of like notable for that. He of course reuses a lot of parts from the standard like Cobra Trooper slash 82 Joe parts. Whatever. Trying to grab my Air Trooper, for example, where you fell. Alright, here it is. But yeah, if I can focus, man, jeez, focus. Yeah. So you can tell he does reuse some parts here and there, either be the admin. I believe like he uses the same legs. Yeah, he uses like the same like calves per se, right? Yeah, he uses the same calves. Some other parts are reused as well, but also reused on the Zap slash Journal 82 mold, which was like first released with Stalker, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was first released with Stalker. And that's where we got, of course, the chest, which was carried over with his Dollar General version, because Dollar General is pretty much reuses the parts from Zap, actually. And you can tell it does use the same general hands, etc., but a lot more refined, per se, because these are supposed to be gloves, because I think they came with, what was his name? I think it came with Snake Eyes, actually, the little gloves, because this is technically Cape Ash with different figures. With the version 1 Snake Eyes from, or more or less update from 20th Anniversary Twilight, which I can bring it in, but I don't actually have the figure, but I do have the, of course, comic book, for example. But yeah, little toy ad here, if I can bring it up here. You can tell that, yeah, it does reuse, like, Snake Eyes' put finger over there, calf and gloves, and a couple other parts here and there. So that's where those are coming from, including, his really, really small knife, which I'll be showing a little bit after I'm done focusing. Of course, with accessories comes with a lot. You just remove all these with the figure. And of course, he comes with this really tiny knife. Let's focus. Which a lot of figures reuse this general Snake Eyes calf piece. And a lot of them pretty much came with the same like pocket knife or switchblade, whatever. Which kind of didn't make sense because you can see right here, it's completely dwarfed by the sheath, and only until like I believe it was mainframe we got like a updated version, right? I can't remember, but yeah. He also has this little bandolier, which is pretty much the same mold that came with the standard Duke. I'm trying to focus. It's like going crazy. There you go. The head is also reused from Duke as well. Like I said before, the majority of his body is just reused from the 82 Joes. And because of that, it does have some limited articulation due to it being the first, like, general attempt at making a G.I. Joe water style action figure with the same articulation as, like, Saga Legends, etc. from Star Wars. Yeah. It's very limited articulation. Like, you can like barely do the minimum. Even like the kicks are like very limited, and everything else. And it's also very clicky and creaky. It also comes with a M16. Very simple. I believe this was first introduced back in Spy Troops, I believe. Or so that's so you're really trying to look for it. Oh, here it is. Comes with the standard 82. Oops. Styled helmet. Has little pegs for visors. If I can grab him, like Flash, or a short fuse. I think he also like had one, and Hawk as well. He came with these little binoculars, which are maybe their first really introduced with what's his face? Duke. I think we were the first introduced with the 25th anniversary Duke, because we wouldn't get the original solid version, where the really big ones, until much later, in like a multi-pack. And finally, it came with a really small. It fell. Grab it. 1911. But yeah. That's all the accessories for Duke. It's a decent figure, but it is very limited due to its age and etc. Here's his base plate if you're curious. It's the 2-peg version, so yeah. Now let's go and talk about the pretty much the main version, or the big reason why a lot of people are pretty much consider this high note for 20th anniversary, is Red Star, because Red Star is a very popular October Guardsman character who actually was one of 2 October Guardsman characters who got their toys way back in the first general Air H toy line. So yeah, he was actually the first October Guardsman to get a toy. Trying to focus, but yeah. It came with a little PPSH with a moving magazine. It came with a small little pistol. Don't know the name of it, but yeah. A little tiny version pistol from the 1800s. A large backpack, which I believe first came with this figure. It's very nice. I can remove this. Let's first remove the hat. Came with a little tiny hat. And hopefully I can remove this. Here you go. A satchel. A little red star on there. A big old knife. Which, well, that was unexpected. My camera just died randomly. I wasn't going through like so much small detail about the reuses of this body mold, I presume so, because it's been like 30 minutes. Can't really remember because I was doing other stuff while waiting. But anyways, the figure does reuse a lot of parts from Duke / Flint. Almost Red Star. The waist, chest, I believe forearms, right? No, he uses like Duke's forearms and biceps. Has like Flint's what's it called? Thighs, but has Cobra Commander's, or most Hooded Cobra Commander's boots, or more it's the comic book version, which I'll post an image here of it. Yes, like Cobra Commander's boots. The other accessory is, of course, the removable web gear. Has like 2 little grenades and a canteen. Pretty simple. The holster is not removable. It is in fact screwed onto the thigh. And for articulation's sake, it has simple swivels, but since it uses the Duke forearms or general arms, it's very limited. Because Duke, I believe, was like a first wave figure. And the head is also very limited. Because he also just uses Duke's chest. So that's very limited, including the abdomen, because that's also reused from Duke. However, the legs are much more articulated because they're reuses from Flint. They'll say they have a little more articulation. And of course the legs, because they're reuses of Cobra Commanders, who was also released a little bit later into the toy line. But sadly, that doesn't mean that he is the most limited out of the two. Technically, because although this figure is a Wave 1 figure, it does have a wee bit more articulation, like points per se. Like Duke has a much more better ball joint and a little bit deeper like knee bend. It's strange. Or it could be just because he's reused from Snake Eyes. Let's pull him back onto the base. If you're curious, this is his Dollar General like base. Because I don't actually have the original Red Star 20th anniversary base plate. Because I got this figure separately from Duke and the comic book itself. So I got for a nice deal of $25, which is pretty good for a Red Star. For comparisons with other 20th anniversary Joes, here's my previously reviewed, if I can get them together, because his hose are going crazy. Just put him in the frame. Can you confirm? There you go. Blowtorch, much bigger than Red Star and Duke, obviously. Another comic 2-back figure, Beachhead. This figure is very nice, actually. I do really recommend it. Here he is with tripwire. So that's pretty much it for the 10th day of the 12 Days of War. I do recommend these figures. However, the comic book is pretty easy to get separately, including Duke. But Red Star is really hard to find, and you get them together, it will cost you like either $50 or $70, because it's kind of one of those like comic 2-packs they're really like hard to get, like the Tone Rat versus Storm Shadow one, or is it Firefly? No, Storm Shadow. The Shockwave versus Destro, the Nemesis Enforcer versus not Flint, but Falcon, and Tomax Zima one is obviously the most expensive one you can get, and all of them are really expensive, including this one. And yeah, if you can find it for a good price, I recommend it, because Resthart's a pretty nice looking figure, even though it's not particularly a good action figure per se. And that's all for this review. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah.